Salut, mulțumesc pentru invitație.
Hello, thank you for the invitation. I'm Adrian Stanescu, the Chief Financial Officer of the Bittnet group of companies. I oversee the entire financial area of the group, from what we call day-to-day operations, placing orders with suppliers, their factual perception by the client, and so on, to treasury, accounting, and ultimately financial reporting, which, as mentioned earlier, is very important, given that Bittnet is a publicly traded company. I joined the Bittnet group 5 years ago, in 2018, at which point Bittnet, let's say, had 3 companies in the group. The latest financial situation had closed with a turnover of 10 million lei, and as far as I can remember, one of the very few questions I asked the job interviewers back then was, does the company have an ERP? I believe that having a professional ERP is a critical factor for the company that aims to reach a significant level, especially if it's listed on the stock exchange, as Bittnet was back then on the Euro market and later on the main market from 2020 onwards. Why do I say this? Because for a chief financial officer, it's very important to have granularity, to understand beyond the numbers. The numbers are essentially the result, the product of all the work, but you need to understand, primarily for a CFO and the rest of the top management, you need to understand that those numbers are telling you. To be able to understand what the numbers are telling you, you need to be capable of going as granular as possible to comprehend the situation of each business line, each company, each project, and each item, such as the type of product you sell. This allows you to uncover the story behind those numbers and make relevant decisions, along with the rest of the top management team.
Astăzi, grupul Bittnet are 15.
Today, the Bittnet group consists of 15 companies with a turnover of approximately 7.5 million euros, representing a growth of 35 to 40 times what it was when I joined. I say this with all responsibility. It has no resemblance to the company or group it was when I first came here. In the process of growth and development, the ERP system played an essential role. It did not just grow with the company, it facilitated the growth of the company to this level.
Experiența mea anterioară, cum să zic, a fost cu...
My previous experience was with another ERP, let's say at a very high level, possibly among the top 2 worldwide. It was highly performant, but also very limited and rigid in many aspects. Many things were set in stone and couldn't be customized. To work on the issues related to fiscal and legal regulations involved quite high costs. We practically needed to maintain an in-house team of support specialists who focused on this full-time, which became inefficient in terms of costs at one point. The ERP solution we have in our group from Microsoft has a significant advantage in the sense that it's dynamic and flexible. To give you a better idea, our current system, like the company itself, has no resemblance to the system we had in 2018. Since then, I would dare to say that we've written and rewritten the entire ERP system multiple times, each time trying to bring in the new era of automation, so to speak, to assist the people who use it daily. The department, which was the finance department at the time, had 6 people. Today, it has around 25 people. So it has grown 5-fold, while the company has grown 14 times. The stability of scaling wouldn't have been possible without a professional ERP. With a simplistic old-school solution, scalability doesn't exist. If you want to do 5 times more business, you need to hire 5 times more people. If you want to do 40 times more business, you'd need 40 times more people. An ERP allows you to automate processes as you evolve and as the need arises. Over the last 5 years, we've added new lines of businesses and many more companies. As I mentioned, and each one came with its specific requirements. The fact that we had this ERP in place allowed us to practically shape the specifics of each type of activity while maintaining an unified approach for the group. Some elements need to be consistent across all group companies, like the chart of accounts, item parameterization, legal declarations, and so on. These need to be standardized. On the other hand, there are elements that need to be flexible and customizable for each type of businesses. Here, the Microsoft solution has been a major advantage, helping us successfully navigate our growth and, more importantly, meet the increasingly detailed reporting requirements for the stock exchange. These reports for a company, especially for listed companies, represent a certain level of pressure because there are always deadlines and timelines for submission. Without a professional ERP system, without a solution that allows you to generate these reports, analyze them in real time, and then produce them in a timely manner, it wouldn't be possible, or it would involve such many more people that the financial department wouldn't be as efficient.
Volumul de business pe care îl avem.
The volume of business we have at the Bittnet group level is indicative of our revenue size, but it doesn't tell the whole story of what's happening behind the scenes. Unlike some other companies or industries, our business is highly granular. Starting with the training sector, for instance, we can train up to 5,000 to 6,000 trainees in 1 year. Then, the integration sector, we work with companies that deliver a range of projects, from complex one to punctual deliveries of equipment, licenses, and more. Having around 10,000 projects today, compared to roughly 2,000 projects 5 years ago within the Bittnet group of companies, is indeed a significant growth. Each of these projects require a similar level of effort from a team of people, from placing orders with suppliers to ensuring equipment delivery, license activation, tracking service provision, preparing necessary documents for reception, and issuing invoices to clients. These operations represent a volume that has grown exponentially compared to the growth of the business itself. Given the granular nature of our business, these operations are inherently time-consuming. Again, the fact that we have an ERP system and have been able to automate various processes over the past 5 years has enabled us to scale our activities. This means we can manage them with significantly fewer resources than we would need without such a system.
Nu în ultimul rând, aș vrea să mai menționez și că
Finally, I would like to mention that, as they say, over the past 5 years, I've practically gone through nearly 10 ERP implementations from my perspective. Why do I say this? Because there have been various upgrades, whether they are actual upgrades from the manufacturer, from Microsoft, or new solutions we want to implement, the automations I mentioned earlier, or legislative changes that need to be introduced, such as Santi declarations or the invoice solutions, and so on. These changes can disrupt your business, torment your team in a terrible way, and lead them to exhaustion, or they can go smoothly. Fortunately, in our case, they went smoothly. Things happened at a normal pace, and they were addressed very well. Here, I believe that a significant credit goes to the Elian team. Over the past years, the Elian team has become an integral part of our day-to-day operation. Daily activities involved, in addition to these major aspects, a multitude of tickets that, to be honest, come up in our day-to-day work and need to be resolved. Whether we're talking about simple, small bugs from day-to-day activities or numerous adjustments that need to be made on the fly, in a company like ours, there are always new things arising. We want to make new configurations, introduce new accounts, change the way we do things, bring something new, or implement automation. These changes happen in real time, and they are not processes that you can afford to wait for 2-3 weeks or a month. The Elian team has always been responsive, and their response time has consistently met the agreed upon deadlines. The 24-hour SLA has always been respected and has helped us operate in real time without overburdening our internal team. This is a crucial element to consider. It allows us to operate without overburdening our in-house team of people who manage the system.
Și care operează acest sistem.